What's going on, geeks? Welcome back to another edition of the TheGeekBlend Collectibles presents. This time it's the 1/6 scale Hot Toys Darth Vader from Rogue One. I've already unboxed this one. We're just going to show you the box first a little bit, then we'll get the figure out and kind of show you all the accessories and everything that goes with it. And then I'll kind of go over it a little bit compared to the other Darth Vader, and then what I think about this one overall. So this is the box. This is what comes out of the box. I didn't order this one from Untitled Collectibles. I actually got this in a trade with another figure from a friend. So I didn't pay anything for this guy. So I made a trade for this guy. But this is the box. On the outside, it's got the two-tone black and the gray, just like all the Star Wars Hot Toys figures. And it's got a little, like, kind of wrap thing on here that it's kind of permanently attached to it. Turn to the side. It's got that on the Darth Vader something on the side. That's pretty cool. It says MMS. Let's see. MMS 388. Darth Vader 6/1/6 scale collectible figure. And on the back here, it says the Hot Toys presents Movie Masterpiece Series MMS 388 Darth Vader 1/6 scale collectible figure. When I say MMS, that is Movie Masterpiece Series. 388 is the number. And this is all the different warnings and all the stuff on the back. And let me open up the box and show you guys the insert on the inside. Okay, so when you take the shoebox lid off the top, it's basically a shoebox kind of a lid, slides off. This is the little insert that comes with it, a nice picture of the figure there, with the TIE Strikers in the background, and the new tank trooper there, and then the stormtroopers, tank commanders I think is what they're called. Beautiful looking new troopers as well. It's got, it shows the figure and the number there. But a really, really good picture of the figure. And it's got an image of the Death Star back there. Kind of the Death Star wall design back right there as well. That's what the inside looks like. And then I'll take the insert off real quick and show you what it looks like in the box. Actually inside. Well, even though the figure's not there, I'll just show you. Okay, normally you open this thing up and the figure is there. But since he's already out, this is what it is. You can see the instruction booklet there. This is where his lightsaber is. There's the batteries down there. There was wrist pegs there. They're not there. I'll show you why when we get to the figure. And basically that's what it is. There was a bunch of plastic and stuff, you know, keeping him in there. I got a couple of his hands in there because the ones that came on him don't fit back in the little hand tray that it comes with. But I'll get all the accessories out. We'll get the figure out. I'll show you the figure. Actually, I'm going to get the accessories first and show you what it comes with. And then I'll get the figure. Okay, guys. I'm back with his accessories. We got his instruction booklet over there. We got this little piece that kind of is a topper for a stand. I'll show you how that works in a minute. It's lightsaber that comes with it. The blade comes off so the hilt can actually attach to his belt. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hands. With this piece here, basically, it's got a shiny piece. I haven't taken it off, but basically you can sit it on the stand, and that stand will go through that. You can peel the back off. It is a sticker, and it sticks to the stand, but I kind of like the look of that better. But I might put that on someday. And then you got the instruction manual. Basically tells you how to put his batteries in. For the belt box, his batteries has lights on them, or his belts. His belt boxes light up when you put the batteries in them. Here's his lightsaber. See if we can get this thing to focus real good. There we go. There's the blade. It's a little bit pinker than I would like. Let me see if I can get this thing to focus. Sorry about that. There we go. But yeah, let me put it down here. It might be better. Okay, so there's the hilt. A lot better view of it. And the blade, which by the way I said looks a little bit pink, but it could be painted better. I might do some kind of painting mod on it. I'm not sure. There it is. In the light, it actually lights up pretty nice. If you have a nice natural light over it, it kind of has a nice glow to it. So, okay, let's go over the hands. Lightsaber, holding hand. Have like a force grip, or a kind of a don't choke on your aspirations director kind of hand. There. Force push, or kind of force. Yeah, some kind of force gesture there. And then have like a oh, this is one of his hands that kind of sits on his belt box so he can get that that really good pose, that really good Vader pose where he's holding his belt boxes, holding his belt. Another kind of like loose hand like that goes with that for the other side. Also, these hands are fully sculpted. Hot Toys includes 2 extra wrist pegs, which really do come in handy because they get stuck down in the bottom there, if you can see. So you kind of have to use some pliers or something to get those out. I wish they would have included enough of these wrist pegs to go with each hand individually, because it's kind of a pain, but that's the only kind of a pain about this figure. I do love the fully sculpted hands better than the way they did with the Velcro on the other hands on the other Hot Toys figure, the other Vader from New Hope. And here we have a pointing gestured finger. Really, really well done on the sculpt on this by Hot Toys. Really well done. They did a really good job on the sculpt here. Yeah, I think so. And then we got kind of another force gesture hand like this. Don't know why it's not focusing correctly, but we're going to fix that here real quick. Just a second. See if I can get that to kind of focus on that one. And then we'll follow it up a little bit. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, now maybe that... there we go. That's better. Very good sculpt on the gloves. Looks really good. Just really good on that. It's like a hard plastic, but I like it better than the Velcro on the hands on the other one. Then we have a closed fist. Kind of like a force push. Or like a hand gesture like that. Kind of like that. You can kind of do whatever you want. There's a lot of different poses you can do with this guy. Then the opposite end, other side, we have the other lightsaber hand. On this guy's base, here. Let me get it here and focus here. Star Wars Darth Vader, it says. Got a nice little Imperial logo there. This piece here comes off. I really don't know what they were trying to accomplish with this. But yeah, it's kind of just slides right in there. Like that. I mean, wish they kind of would have made it one piece or not included that at all. But, you know, that's how they did it. So then, of course, it's got the crotch cradle there. The hands come in this plastic tray that has a cover on it. I have the the flash on the camera so you guys can see a lot better some of the details and some of this stuff. Even though I do have a white background here, which is helping. But yeah, so that's really cool that how it has the hands in the trays like that, and then the 2 that come on him. So yeah, that really is nice. Kind of a nice feature there. But those are his accessories. There's all of his hands right there. In the book, lightsaber, the cover for the stand, and then the stand and the crotch grabber. I'm going to get the figure. I'm going to get him in a nice little dynamic pose, and we'll be right back to show you the figure. Okay, guys, so I got him out of the box, and, well, I got him out and got him in a pose. He wasn't in a box. He's on my shelf. I don't know why I said that, but... Okay, so I kind of got him in a different kind of pose. Looks like he's kind of getting ready to take a swing on somebody. Kind of stepping into it like a baseball player would. There's a 1/4 statue by Iron Studios coming out this year, at the end of this year, and they have him in a pose like this. He's stepping harder into the pose, and I kind of got to tweak it a little bit more, but this is my kind of take on it so far. Let's get into the figure real quick since we're going to be doing a little bit of a review. His helmet is just beautiful. They did such an amazing job on this head sculpt. I prefer it over the A New Hope version, but the A New Hope version helmet is great. It doesn't have the different textures that the New Hope version had on it that basically, you know, you would see in A New Hope. It didn't have those brush techniques on it, but it does have that. Just great. Like, I guess they call that a widow's peak, but yeah, it's got that in it. The helmet just looks, it's Darth Vader if you look at it. It's great. One of the biggest things that impressed me with this figure right out of the box is the cape. The cape, the weight that this cape has to it, like the material it's made of. I don't have a lot of Hot Toys figures, but this has to be the best cape I've ever seen them make. I have the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Batman, and the cape that came with that was like this papery pleather material that was just garbage. And they've listened to people complain about the capes for years, and this cape here is just perfect. The weight, when you pick it up, That's the first thing you will notice. I'm not kidding you. The first thing I noticed about this figure, besides the look, when I picked it up out of the box, was the weight of this cape. I mean, it will basically hang wherever and however you want it to. When it comes out of the box, the tunic is under the armor like in Empire and Return of the Jedi. This is like it is in Rogue One. In the original Rogue One production stills, they did have it under the armor, but they changed it with reshoots and everything else. And in the end scene, when he's knocking down rebels left and right, he has the tunic over the armor. The chest box looks great. I do believe I've heard these are a little bit small, or the slots are a little bit wrong. But other than that, they look great. The belt boxes look great. The belt's great. The belt is better on this one than the A New Hope version. It's not as flimsy, and it doesn't feel like it's going to break when you take it apart. I have felt like with the New Hope version, I want to somehow weighten it with something behind it. I don't know if how I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna figure out something. But the weight on this one, like if you were to buy a separate belt box or the belt from this online and put it with the A New Hope Vader, it would be such a better figure, and the cape as well. The sculpted hands are one of my favorite things about this figure. I just love how the gloves look like Vader's gloves. They just look great. The tunic is pleated, and that's how they have it in Rogue One. I don't think it's pleated in A New Hope. It's one of those things. When you start paying attention to Vader details, once you go through the movies again, I mean, I've been a collector for a while, just regular, like Hasbro little figures and little trinkets here and there of Vader. And once you get more into detailed figures like this, you kind of start to notice like differences between all the costumes. And of course, between A New Hope and Empire, you can tell a huge difference because it looks like it's such a better looking costume. They did a better job, even though your New Hope costume is the one that you originally see, and it's stuck in your mind forever. So if I ever were to cosplay or join the 501st or kind of get a costume for Vader, I would probably go for the A New Hope / Rogue One look. But back into the figure, the lightsaber hilt, it looks great. Like I said, the blade is, if you can kind of see it here. I've got another light source coming in. It kind of does look a little pink. A little bit too much for my taste. I might get the blade from the Sideshow Deluxe Vader they did a few years ago and maybe swap that out. The pleather suit that's underneath is really good quality. I've stripped this figure completely all the way down and then put it back together. I did that for fun, I guess you would say. One of my fellow board members on Sideshow Freaks kind of was like, it kind of sits better. Everything sits better once you take everything off and then put it back on. Everything seems to sit better, and he's right. I don't know why, but it does. I don't know why. But the articulation in the legs is great. A little bit hindered, of course, by the shin guards down here. But they're better, I think, on this. I don't know. I haven't really looked at the New Hope shin guards very well, but you can see this cape back here is just freaking stunning. The tunic underneath, the inner tunic is great. There's no wire in here that I can feel, so it's real flimsy, but I love the non-wired things like that because it sits more naturally to me. But yeah, look at the boots. Boots look great. The shin piece is basically, there's the straps, but these are held on by Velcro. His cod piece, of course, people complain about how big it is in Rogue One, but, you know, it's accurate to Rogue One. So there is Vader in this stance. Like I said, it's kind of like a baseball player stepping into a swing. I'll kind of, if I remember to, I'll post a picture of the Iron Studios Vader or a link to that so you can check it out and see what I was going for. But I kind of like this look, and I might keep it in this. I might change it to another pose, or I might just show pictures at the end of the video and other poses I put him in. But yeah, I think it's a great figure. I prefer it over the New Hope figure by far. I'm glad this doesn't have any of the damn electronics or the light up saber crap that the other one had. It's too much of a pain in the ass, in my opinion, to deal with. I'm really hoping with the next run of Vader or Jedis or whatever Hot Toys decides to do, that they can get some batteries in this. Maybe even if it's just a little thicker on the hilt, puts like stack some of those tiny little batteries in there, so we can have an illuminated in there without having the whole piece that's, you know, hooked into the arm and all that jazz. I don't want to have to deal with that. So hopefully Sideshow, or I mean, Hot Toys can figure that out and get that to where we can have a nice light up saber in the future. We don't have to deal with that crap. So, but the Rogue One Hot Toys Darth Vader is a beautiful figure, and if you're a Darth Vader lover, you need it in your collection. I know they're expensive, and it's sold out. He sold out very quickly on Sideshow's website. He's not available on any other third-party websites anymore. Basically, the only way you can get this guy is eBay. This is the only way you can get him is eBay now. I don't even know if he's in stock in some of the Japan stores on eBay, but I believe it's all third-party sellers. But I still think he's going for a decent price, so if you really want to look on there, you can probably get him for about $300, $350, which is still pretty decent, because I know the A New Hope Vader is going for anywhere from $350 to $400 up. So, if you had to choose between these two figures, the A New Hope Darth Vader that I reviewed last, and the Rogue One Darth Vader, I would absolutely pick the Rogue One Vader. And if you want to build, if you have the money, and you want to build the perfect Vader, you can buy both of them and combine the parts you love the most. That's what a lot of people do. And that's great. I'm probably not going to do anything like that. I'm going to keep this Vader stock and the A New Hope Vader stock, unless I get another pair of gloves like this. Then I might put them on the A New Hope Darth Vader. I do know they work. I do know they're a little snug, from what I've heard. I haven't tried, but from what I've read on the forums. And guys, if you collect or interested in collecting 1/6 scale figures at all, check out SideshowFreaks.com. It is a website for 1/6 scale collectors, action figure collectors, and statue and prop collectors. I definitely recommend it. Everybody on there is very friendly, and they will talk to you about a figure if you're not sure if you want it or why you should get it, or people will give you their advice. It's a really great community. I recommend you check it out. And if I remember, I'll put a link in the description below on the website. Go and join those forums and check it out. But again, this is a really great figure. Probably my favorite Darth Vader piece I have in my collection. It's just a beauty. It's really, like, I'm looking at it through the viewfinder. Then I'm looking at it outside of the viewfinder. And it looks, this video is not doing it any justice whatsoever. And it's casting a shadow on the wall back behind it that you guys can't see behind him. The big shadow back there, but there's one shadow that's behind him that's really, really faint. That looks just incredible. But this figure, I love it. If I was going to grade it on the TheGeekBlend scale, I'm going to go out of 10 of something. Let's go 0 out of 10 Darth Vaders or Vaders. Let's say I'd probably give this an 8.5 out of 10 Vaders. Maybe a 9. It's really, the only thing I would have liked would be if Hot Toys figured out how to get batteries in that so we can have an actual light up saber without the stupid arm stuff. So when they do that, which I'm hoping they will for the Empire version, because we all know that's coming. We've got the New Hope, now the Rogue One. We know the Empire Strikes Back version is around the corner. They've also been teasing for the last 2 years at different conventions. There's a 1/4 scale figure coming. I'm really excited about that as well. So again, guys, this is Hot Toys Movie Masterpiece Series, Darth Vader from the movie Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Such a great figure. If you're a Vader fan, just try to find it. Just don't worry about it. Just try to find it. It's such a great figure. The helmet sculpt, I just want to kind of get that in there real quick again. Like I said, guys, this video, it's not doing this thing any justice, not even a little bit. But it's a beautiful figure. Beautiful figure. If you guys like Vader, I urge you to try to pick him up, try to find him on eBay or something. But this has been another episode of the TheGeekBlend Collectibles. Episode 2, Attack of the Vaders, I guess you would say. But okay, guys, there's one more thing I wanted to talk to you about this figure that I forgot to mention. Again, I put him in another pose here. This is more of the Empire Strikes Back pose, where he's kind of reaching out to Luke. Join me and together we can end this destructive conflict kind of pose. I'll post a picture of that pose as well if I remember to. Poses, so that's one of my favorite poses to pose him in. But I also wanted to mention this cardboard backdrop you get with it. It comes with 2 pieces for each side. It goes with these tabs, so you can basically fold it where it'll stand up on its own. So you got that kind of like Death Star backdrop, like it's also kind of the backdrop inside the certain hallways, I believe, of some of the Star Destroyers. And then you have this other backdrop where it has kind of the schematics, hologram kind of like Death Star red look in the background. It's really cool. With the stands and stuff on it, the only thing is, like, he's a little tall, so he will block everything pretty well. But the display case I have him in, basically it stands up on its own, so he has it behind him. But I probably won't use it very much down the road. I don't know what I end up displaying him in my new house. We have a couple different cabinets there I might put him in, but I just wanted to also put him in this different pose so you guys could see a different pose. I might do a pose session video with this guy where I put him in a bunch of different poses, and that way you can see a bunch of different ones, where I'll just take a bunch of pictures of the poses and then make a video out of it. But I'm not sure. If you guys would like to see that, just let me know and I'll do that. But this has been my take on the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Darth Vader from Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. It's a beautiful figure, a great representation of Darth Vader. And as you see, I did put his tunic under the armor. I don't know if I did say that or not. That makes it more Empire Strikes Back worthy. I hope you guys liked the video. Please remember to like this video. It does help the channel quite a bit. And please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video and what I could do in future videos. And make sure you share this video over all your social media platforms. It really does help spread the word about the channel and get things going so we can kind of build a community here. That's what I want to do with this channel. So thanks again, guys. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and may the Force be with you always.